So you bought your 1.4 expensive lens and the discounted camera for the Christmas. You sit down, you want to make a YouTube video, but you don't really know what to talk about. In today's video, I try to give you some advices how to create content for YouTube videos. So step number one, instead of thinking for what type of content to create for other people, think about what type of content you can create for yourself, which means that what type of problems are you experiencing on your journey. Forget about being an expert on every subject, because we all have some issues and some problems, and we are on some part of development on our journey. So the issue that you're experiencing, probably there are other people who experience as well, and this can be a great topic to talk about. Now you're gonna ask me that if I have that problem and I don't have a solution, then how can I make a content on YouTube about this topic? Well, it's easy, which brings us to the step number two. Research your problem. First thing that it comes to everyone's mind is go to Google, search for it and find a solution. If you find a lot of good answers about your problem, that's good. Most of people would disagree here, and I'm gonna explain why this is good later in this video. Once you found a lot of solutions, it's easy to answer your problem. You might argue that why would someone watch my YouTube video instead of all the other solutions that are provided? We will touch this later into this video. Sometimes if a problem is individual, you don't find that many solutions in Google, and that's your chance to create a very good content that nobody has ever done. Now you're gonna ask me that if there are no answers, I'm researching and I don't know this solution, how am I supposed to make a content about this? The old school way, you know, going to library, getting a book and reading about it. I might lose you right now because nobody wants to read books, but think of it, this is your opportunity to create outstanding, different content for everyone. Try to find out solutions by yourself. This is an investment for you to create a good content on YouTube, which is going to pay back. You don't need to read the whole books, you just have to find exact problems. Go ask other people, right? So go on Facebook groups and post this comment. Somebody might have a solution for it. So you grab your expensive lens and an expensive discounted camera from the Christmas and you start shooting. Wrong. You're not gonna grab your camera once you research and you know the solution of your problem. What you do is you start grabbing your laptop, grabbing your iPad or pen and paper and start writing. Writing will be the foundation of your final video. This is where you get creative. This is where you take out all the thoughts that you have in your mind into a paper or into a laptop. A cup of coffee is recommended in this process. Helps your creativity. And the next step is that start recording your sound, your light, your camera. Important thing is that just run recording. No one ever created the content in one go. You're gonna make a lot of mistakes. You're gonna create a lot of stupid ideas that you will lose thoughts. I just have my notes here, what I wanna share, what I wanna talk about. Once I made this mistake in speaking, I just go back and reread the info, repeat it and repeat it and repeat it until I get it correctly. Now once you're done recording your speaking, it's time for the B-roll. Another good thing about writing is that you can now check your notes, what you talked about, you can go back and see where can you make some B-roll. I'm assuming you know what B-roll is. Next step is to start editing. That's another subject in itself. I'm not gonna be teaching editing in this video. I hope that you know how to do that. And the next step is to share your film. You can share it on Facebook, you can share it on Twitter, you can share it on Instagram. And this is a necessary step because on YouTube, if you post a video, nobody's going to watch, especially if you don't have much following yet. Remember I said in the beginning that if you find a lot of solution posts about the topic that you want to create a content, every single time you create a content, you're putting your salt on it. So you're just putting your style, your way of communicating to the world. Not a lot of people can relate to a lot of other people, if you know what I mean. So there might be some YouTubers that they create some amazing information, but I cannot relate to them, or the way they talk, or the way their tonality is, or the way they communicate things, I can't really focus on it just because it's a personality thing, it's an energy thing. So there might be some people who will love your content. This is a marketing tip actually. Take an example of any type of business. Let's talk about coffee. There is a Starbucks coffee, which is very famous and everybody loves. And there is Costa Coffee. And there are many other coffee shops. And imagine those other coffee shops is you. And what I mean is that the Starbucks is already famous and everybody knows about it, but there are still other coffee shops that open and they still have their own audience, they still have their clients, right? And the reason is because there are some people that do not like the Starbucks coffee. Whether or not you agree about this, the fact is that no matter how many coffee shops there will be, if there is enough people that they search for that specific product, in this case the solution that you're providing through your video, they might choose to watch your video rather some famous YouTubers. And the reason is because you have your personality and they like that, and that's the most important thing. If in a way this video helped you, please put a like because it's going to mean a lot to me, and hopefully see you soon in the next one.